Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. So I would like to welcome each one of you on this auspicious day of Vaikunta Ekadashi. So on this particular day, interesting. On this particular day, actually, Nammalvar went back to Vaikunta Loka, isn't it? So we're going to discuss something very significant on this day. And my PPT was misplaced. 1 second. So on this day, Nammalvar went back to Vaikunta Loka in his body that he had. So on this auspicious day, first of all, I would like to say that you should pat your back that you came through the Vaikunta Dwara, which was made, and the Lord was sitting and waiting for you to see who all have come. All your names, Ramya Mataji, Srinidhi Mataji, Sneha Mataji, whoever, Akhilash Rai Prabhu, Giri Prabhu, all are noted. So it's a very, very auspicious day, and you have done the right thing by coming to a Vishnu temple or a Krishna temple. So we will take one verse from Bhagavad Gita, very, very famous verse, and we will have some discussion based on this. You can repeat after me. Antakale cha mameva Smaran muktva kalevaram Yah prayati samadbhavam Yati nasti atra samsayah Antakale cha mameva Smaran muktva kalevaram Yah prayati samadbhavam Yati nasti atra samsayah Antakale cha mameva Smaran muktva kalevaram Yah prayati samadbhavam Yati nasti atra samsayah. Anybody wants to chant? Antakale cha mameva Smaran muktva kalevaram Ya prayati samadbhavam Yati nasti atra samsayah. Antakale cha mameva Smaran muktva kalevaram Ya prayati samadbhavam Yati nasti atra samsayah. Any Matajis? Antakale cha mameva Smaran muktva kalevaram Ya prayati samadbhavam Yati nasti atra samsayah. Synonyms: Antakale, at the end of life. Cha, also. Mam, me. Eva, certainly. Smaran, remembering. Muktva, quitting. Kalevaram, the body. Yaha, he who. Prayati, goes. Saha, he. Matbhavam, my nature. Yati, achieves. Na, not. Asti, there is. Atra, here. Samsayaha, doubt. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation: and whoever at the end of his life quits his body remembering me alone at once attains my nature. Of this there is no doubt. Translation with repetition: and whoever at the end of his life quits his body remembering me alone at once attains my nature. Of this there is no doubt. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. In this verse, the importance of Krishna consciousness is stressed. Anyone who quits his body in Krishna consciousness is at once transferred to the transcendental nature of the Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord is the purest of the pure. Therefore, anyone who is constantly Krishna conscious is also the purest of the pure. The word smaran, remembering, is important. Remembrance of Krishna is not possible for the impure soul who has not practiced Krishna consciousness in devotional service. Therefore, one should practice Krishna consciousness from the very beginning of life. If one wants to achieve the success at the end of his life, the process of remembering Krishna is essential. Therefore, one should constantly, incessantly chant the Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Lord Chaitanya has advised that one be as tolerant as a tree, tarorapi sahishnuna. There may be so many impediments for a person who is chanting Hare Krishna. Nonetheless, tolerating all these impediments, one should continue to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So that at the end of one's life, one can have the full benefit of Krishna consciousness. Thus ends the wonderful transcendental Bhaktivedanta purport. Om Ajnanatimmirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna. So it's a very beautiful verse from Bhagavad Gita, from the 8th chapter, 5th verse. Antakale cha mam eva smaran muktva kalevaram yah prayati samadbhavam yati nasti atra samshayah. Kala is time and Antakala is the final moment. The moment when a person who's defined as alive becomes dead. Right? Sometimes we have control over that moment, sometimes we don't have. Sometimes there will be people surrounding us, sometimes we will be alone. Sometimes we will meet that final moment in some kind of an accident, or sometimes it can be in a hospital or in a home or something. But irrespective of that, Antakale cha mam eva smaran. If somebody at the time of death, Mam eva smaran, if he remembers me alone, Mam eva smaran muktva, quits his body, kalevaram, yah prayati samadbhavam, he achieves my supreme abode, he attains my nature. Yati nasti atra samshaya. Don't doubt this. This is not some fairy tale. This is not some exaggeration. This is the Lord's assertion. Yati nasti atra samshaya. There is no doubt in this. But the process which is mentioned here, or the verse which the Lord Himself speaks, is saying that antakalecha mam eva smaran muktva. If you can remember the Lord at the time of death, if you can remember the Lord alone at the time of death, antakalecha mam eva smaran muktva kalevaram. Quitting body is not our choice. We have to. We are forced to. Though we think that we can live here in this material world eternally in our own ways, but all of a sudden, all those plans will come to an end one day. Antakalecha mameva smaran muktva kalevaram yah prayati samadbhavam. He will attain my nature. He will attain my abode. Yati nasti atra samshaya. Example of that illustrated by the today's day by Namalvar, who was chanting the names of the Lord, and on this particular day he went back to Vaikunta Loka. Very powerful thing. So what we can learn, I mean, it's the new year, today is 9th January, and very, very auspicious day. I would say you are all very, very fortunate, extremely fortunate. Somehow or other, by some inspiration from the heart, from the Lord, you decided that I should go. Actually, this inspiration from within, which comes by the Lord or without, by the spiritual master, by the Guru, is something which we should never allow to extinguish. It's the only thing which can sustain us. All other things are futile. All other things will come to an end. But this attitude, this understanding, this idea that if I can remember the Lord at the time of death, yah prayati samadbhavam yati nasti atra samshaya. He will attain my nature. He will attain my abode. Of this there is no doubt. So it is mentioned that Namalvar, he composed this Divya Prabandham, which has got 1,000 hymns of glorifying or praising Lord Vishnu. And he shares his secret of going back to Godhead is Nam Sankirtan, or congregation chanting of the names of Lord Krishna. He states that Nam Sankirtan is the actual religion for the entire world in Kali Yuga, presently where we are here. Introspective meditation was the religion in Satya Yuga, temple worship in Dwapara Yuga. These processes are not possible to perform properly in this age of Kali. And even if performed, it will be with many mistakes. However, this is not the case with Nam Sankirtan. In fact, there are no rules for chanting the holy names of Lord Krishna and dancing. This verse, what is mentioned here, is a verse from Bhagavatam which says, Krite yadhyayato Vishnu, tritayam yajato makhai, dvapare paricharyayam, kalautad harikirtanat. Krite yadhyayato Vishnu. So introspective meditation is the way or the path of Satya Yuga. Performing sacrifices was the means of God realization in Tritya Yuga, and elaborate temple worship in Dwapara Yuga. Krite yadhyayato Vishnu, tritayam yajato makhai, Dwapare paricharyayam kalautad hari kirtana. The same result can be obtained in Kali Yuga just by doing Nam Kirtan. So powerful is this Harinam. So this one sentence that I mentioned, Namalvar went back to Vaikunta on this auspicious day of Vaikunta Ekadashi. This one sentence, we will divide it into 3 parts, and we will see some 3 different aspects from this one sentence. First one is, Namalvar went back to Vaikunta on this auspicious day of Vaikunta Ekadashi. People like us who live in this material world are used to experiencing kunta or anxieties, isn't it? What kind of anxieties you have, Mataji? You can wake up in the morning. Okay, what else? Everything is an anxiety. Like if there are students, they will expect that if I get good marks or good grades, who are working, they would expect that I become the top performer and get some performance bonuses or increments or promotions. Or somebody who's having his business, he'll be thinking this year I should make more profit. There's always anxieties. There is always some kind of tension. That is why this is called kunta. Kunta means anxieties. This world is filled with anxieties. Somebody is not well, something has happened to somebody financially, emotionally, health-wise. Somebody wants his children to become Krishna conscious, but they are not interested. Somebody wants his parents to become Krishna conscious. They are not interested. Somewhere or other, there is always some anxieties or tension going on. But there is an abode, there is a reason which exists, which is called Vaikunta. Often people who do not know, who are used to or conditioned to living in this material world, don't even understand that there is a Vaikunta planet. Maybe it is some kind of hyperbole, exaggeration, who knows, it is there or not. No. Bhagavad Gita says, Parastasmatu bhavonyo vyakto vyaktat sanatanaha yasa sarveshu bhuteshu nasyatsu na vinashyati. Parastasmatu bhavonyo. This material world, whatever we are used to, what we have experienced, parastasmatu, there is something which is beyond this. In this material world, there is something called vyakto and vyaktat. There is something which is manifested, which we can see with our gross eyes. But there is something which might manifest in future, because there are so many changes which happen in this material world. Bhutva, bhutva, pralyate. It is constantly changing. So some things I may not know, that may manifest after some time. Doesn't matter. Parastasmatu bhavo anyo vyakto vyaktat sanatana. There is an eternal abode, there is an eternal place which exists, which is beyond the manifested and unmanifested things of this material world. Parastasmatu bhavo anyo vyakto vyaktat sanatana yasa sarveshu bhuteshu nasyatsu na vinashyati. So that never, when this material world gets annihilated, that doesn't get annihilated. Krishna's superior spiritual energy is transcendental and eternal. It is beyond all the energy, all the changes of material nature, which is manifest and annihilated during the days and nights of Brahma. Krishna's superior energy is completely opposite in quality to material nature. Superior and inferior nature are explained in the 7th chapter. So I'm reading the purport. The translation is, yet there is another unmanifest nature which is eternal and is transcendental to this manifested and unmanifested matter. It is supreme and is never annihilated. When all in this world is annihilated, that part remains as it is. That is our destination. That is what I want to, that is what I should aspire to go for. Parastasmatu bhavo nyo vyakto vyaktat sanatanaha yasa sarveshu bhuteshu nasyatsu na vinash. That abode doesn't get annihilated. There is no threat of disease. There is no threat of death. There is no threat of old age. Once one goes there, he never comes back. This is what Nammalvar did. And this is what he did. He went to Vaikunta. First understanding that should go in our deep subconscious, in our deep mind, in our deep understanding that there is a world which exists where there is no suffering, where I can live free from anxieties. Vaikunta. And it is not exaggeration. This is Lord himself saying in Bhagavad Gita. And this is what the devotees, great devotees have demonstrated in their lives. I should aspire for that. I should not be stuck here. I should not be expecting eternity, love and knowledge in this world which is temporary. And dukkhalayam and asaswatam. That should be my goal. This is the first thing. Second thing, if we see, so Nammalvar went back to Vaikunta on this auspicious day of Vaikunta Ekadashi. So who went back? Nammalvar. There must be something special about him. There must be something that he did. That's why he went back. We don't hear like my grandfather went back to home, back to Godhead on Vaikunta Ekadashi, or my neighbor, his family member, he passed away. He went back to home, back to Godhead. We don't hear like that. How is it that Nammalvar went back to Vaikunta on this auspicious day of Vaikunta Ekadashi? What did he do? Is it only that Nammalvar went back and it is meant for him, he could do it, and it is not meant for me? Is there anything that I can do? There is an emphatic yes. Strong yes, I can also do. So what did he do? That he went back to home, back to Godhead. And how did he do? So there is a very beautiful verse. Can I do it? This question often comes. And to answer to this question, we will chant one verse, if you can repeat after me. Labdhva sudurlabham idam bahu sambhavante manusyamarthadam anityam apiha dhiraha turnam yateta napatedanu mrityu yavan nishreyasaya vishaya khalu sarvatah syat. I will chant myself. Labdhva sudurlabham idham bahu sambhavante manusyamarthadam anityam apiha dhiraha turnam yateta napatedanu mrityu yavan nishreyasaya vishaya khalu sarvata syat. This verse of Bhagavatam is actually something very, very instructive. It summarizes a very precious, valuable gift which each one of us have been given, and also tells us how sad and ironic that we don't understand the value of it and we waste it. We just throw it somewhere. We don't value it. So what is that rare, or what is that precious gift, valuable gift which each one of us we've been blessed with? Labdhva sudurlabham idam bahu sambhavante. Labdhva, having obtained. Having obtained what? Having obtained this human body, the human form of life, labdhva. And what is that human form of life? Sudurlabham. It's extremely rare, very difficult to get this human form of life. There's so many varieties of living entities. There are ants, insects, reptiles, aquatics, birds. Labdhva sudurlabham. Many, many birds have been given this human form of life. Idam bahu sambhavante. Sambhava is birth. Ante. After many, many births. I have been a bird, I have been an insect, I have been a bird, I have been an animal, I have been an aquatic. I have gone through all those things. Now I have got this. Labdhva sudurlabham idam bahu sambhavante. Manusyam arthadam. Arthadam is very, very valuable, very precious. This human form of life. Manusyam arthadam anityam. But this is not going to live, this is not going to last forever. Anityam, this is temporary. Nityam is permanent. Anityam is not permanent. Manusyam arthadam anityam apiha dhira. A person who is intelligent, like Namma Alvar, like if each one of us, we can become intelligent, we should do this. What should we do? The last two lines says, Turnam yateta napated anumrityu yavan. Turnam, immediately. Those people who postpone spirituality to tomorrow can never become serious, can never take up to spirituality. Somebody who thinks, I've got so many responsibilities, I've got so caught up with my life, I have to finish all these things. I have to finish my studies, I have to take care of my family, I have to ensure my children are married, I have to ensure that they deliver some grandchildren, I see their face. Then, oh Lord, I'll come to you. No. Turnam. Turnam means immediately. Turnam yateta napatedanu mrityu yavan. Yateta, I have to endeavor hard. Because this human form of life is a rare gift, arthadam, but anityam, it is going away. It is passing away. Every year, by the time we realize now we are doing Happy New Year, again 2025 will come to an end, again 2026, right? Time goes very, very fast. Before even you realize, time has gone. Somebody is married, somebody has got kids, kids have grown up, kids are married, they have grandkids, and I'm thinking, array, I was supposed to do DT worship, I was supposed to find out the spiritual path, what has happened, where the time has gone. By the time you realize everything is over, Antakala has come. Turnam yateta napated anumrityu yavan. Anumrityu, till the last breath of my life, I should try, I should endeavor for this. Turnam yateta napated anumrityu yavan. The word yateta comes from the root, means it is to endeavor. Yatato hi api kaunteya purushasya vipaschita. Yatato hi api, a person who's endeavoring to control his senses. Yatato. Another name of Ramanujacharya is Yatiraj. He's endeavoring. He's the best of the person who's endeavoring to achieve the spiritual realization. In the 5th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, which we are reading in the morning, there is one line which comes in the 26th verse. Yatinam yatya chetasam. Yatinam. One has to endeavor, not for material things. Why? Nishreyasaya vishaya khalu sarvatah syat. Nishreyasaya vishaya. This is the ultimate goal. This human form of life is the only means, the best means, which has been given to us. Nishreyasa. And we can achieve that God realization. Vishaya khalu sarvata syat. Vishaya bhoga, this indriya, the sense gratification business is anyway available in all species of life. Only in human form of life, which we have got after many, many births. Labdva sudurlabham idam bahusambhavante. Manusyam arthadam anityam apiha dhira. If we become intelligent like Dhira, like Namalvar, make use of this most precious gift which we have been blessed with, we can also go back to Vaikunta, which is not destructible. When this whole world is destroyed, that world doesn't get destroyed. Parastasmatu bhavo anyo vyakto vyaktat sanatana. That is eternal, eternal abode of the Lord. So the translation is, after many, many births and deaths, one achieves the rare human form of life, which although temporary affords one the opportunity to attain the highest perfection. Thus, a sober human being should quickly endeavor for the ultimate perfection of life, as long as his body, which is always subject to death, has not fallen down and died. After all, sense gratification is available even in the most abominable species of life, whereas Krishna consciousness is possible only for a human being. This is the most valuable thing which we should remind ourselves of. Oh my God, time is passing away, time is fading, it's going away. And I'm becoming closer to death one day after another. What is the verse of Bhagavatam? Ayur harati vaipumsan udyan astancha yanaso. Ayur harati. Harati is snatched away. Nobody is going to ask, can I take this phone? No, I'll just snatched. So like that, Ayu is being snatched away from your account. You have a quota, you have a fixed this thing of your duration of life. It is snatched away. Ayur harati by pumsan, udyan astan chayanaso. Every day when the sun rises and sun sets, we may feel happy, sad, gloomy, whatever it is. Irrespective of that, the day is taken away. One day is gone. Ayur harati by pumsan, udyan astan chayanaso. Tasyarte yat kshana loka, uttama shloka vartaya. There is one exception. If the time which is given to you, the quota that you have been blessed with, if that time you utilize in hearing Krishna Katha, Uttama Shloka Vartaya, that time you are making progress towards immortality. That is not snatched. Question is, if this is what it is supposed to be done, why we are not doing? Why we are not able to realize this? And what is it that is keeping us busy in this material world? What is it that makes us the whole thing very different? Where are we engrossed in? Very nicely this is mentioned. Those of you who do some business or who are chartered accountants or lawyers, do you know what is DBA? Very good. Very nice. Can we have a loud applause for him? Are you chartered accountant or lawyer or businessman? What are you? But that's right. So doing business as, what is your name? Rajeshwari. So maybe your name is Rajeshwari, but you'll do business as Diana Hayden or something. I don't know, something like that. I'm just giving one name. Or some other, you can think of some names. So I mean, when I was studying engineering, I had a dream to have a company which will rule a planet in outside this planet Earth. And the name of the planet was Janadu, and my name was Zopato. Okay, so my name, whatever it is, but I'm doing business as Zopato in Xanadu, right? So doing business as, a person name can be something, but he is doing business as something else. This, pay attention, I'm just telling you to share why what is it that is preventing us to become serious? And there's a very beautiful verse in Bhagavatam. It says, Bhayam ditya bhiniveshatah syad, ishad apetasya viprayayo smritihi. Tan mayaya ato buddha abhajate tam, Bhaktyai kashyam Guru Devatatma. If you get this verse rightly, if you understand this, then you will figure it out how your time is getting stolen, kidnapped from you, and how you can come back to the right track. Bhayam ditya bhiniveshatah syad ishad apetasya viparyayo smritihi. Bhayam ditya bhin. Ditya is secondary. Actually, for getting Krishna, we have invested sufficiently, fully we have invested ourselves in this temporary material life, thinking that this is what I am supposed to do. Ditya bhiniveshata. Doing business as. We are actually spirit soul. When Sanatan Goswami met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he said, Ke ami? Who am I? Kene amai jarai tapatray. Why these three miseries? Adhyatmik, Adidavik and Adibhautik, why they are tormenting me? Who am I? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, you are Krishnara Nityadas. Jivera Swarupa Nitya Krishna Das. Forgetting that, now we are thinking this material world I have invested fully. Vaya Ditya Abhiniveshata. This is my life. Doing business as whatever our names are, Rajeshwari, whatever. We are thinking I'm supposed to be here in this material world and live here permanently. And because of that, what happens? Bhayam. There is always fear. It will be taken away. What if it is destroyed? What will happen to me? Bhayam ditya bhiniveshatah syad ishad apitasya viparyayo smriti. So in Bhagavad Gita, there is a verse which comes, which says, Nahi kashchit kshanamapi jatu tishtati akarmakrit. There cannot be a single moment where we can remain without being active. Now we have forgotten our relationship with Krishna and we have taken a separate identity and we have to be absorbed. And we are absorbed in this. Abhiniveshataha. Bhayam ditya abhiniveshataha syad. Ishad apetasya viparyayo smriti. I have forgotten that I am actually Krishna's. I am eternal. I have got nothing to do with this material world. And I am expecting that things should go in my way because I am so and so, I am doing my business, so to say, in this material world in this way. Everything should act in my way. And I'm busy in this, forgetting Krishna. There is I've shared this many times before. When I was working in Mumbai, I had one Padmini car. It's a very big car. I mean, it's made up of, it's iron body and all, very strong, very sturdy. And Mumbai to Pune, when I used to travel frequently, one day I was going after lunch and I was feeling drowsy. So Mumbai to Pune, there is express highway that was built at that time recently. I mean, I'm talking about in 2001 or 2002, 2003 maybe. So it's 3 lanes highway. There is no car which is coming from the other side. Virtually, you can drive at any speed. I mean, in Mumbai those days, to go to Pune, it used to take longer time if you go without the expressway. So there is always a sense of complacency. Nobody is there. And on top of that, you have eaten, right? Nicely. And you're feeling sleepy. And I banged to a tunnel. There was nobody. There was no car coming. There was no risk, nothing. I banged to a tunnel. And the windshield got completely broken. Those glass pieces come and hit me on my chest. I was bleeding. That Padmini car got completely crushed. But I was in my consciousness. It was not that I was unconscious or anything. Then ambulance came. Everything happened. That was a very big turning point in my life. But the reason I am saying this is, after this thing happened and I recovered, my concern was, how do I sell this Padmini car? Still, it had some salvage value, right? So I did some research, what to do, where to go, how I can sell that off, and I was thinking all those things, and I was doing some research. That time somebody had told me very casually, a very profound statement, that don't love any material thing because it cannot reciprocate your love back. Same holds true for all our family members, relatives, things that we are attached to. We invest our love in that, thinking that they are going to love us back eternally, unendingly, unconditionally. And it doesn't happen. But we are absorbed in this. And when that absorption is there, there is always a fear. Oh, what if it is gone? What if it is taken away from me? Bhayam dityabhiniveshatah syad ishadapetasya viparyayo smriti. Because we have forgotten, actually I have a loving relationship with my Lord, my Father. I've forgotten that, and I'm trying to find that love in this material world, absorbing in different things. It can never satisfy us. So what is the solution? Fear arises when a living entity misidentifies himself. He is doing business as a material body because of absorption in the external illusory energy of the Lord. When the living entity thus turns away from the Supreme Lord, he also forgets his own constitutional position as a servant of the Lord. We have now turned our face away from the Lord. Viparyayo smriti tan mayayato buddha abhajetatam. So the bewildering, fearful condition is affected by the potency for illusion called Maya. Therefore, an intelligent person should engage unflinchingly in the unalloyed devotional service of the Lord under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master. You need a bona fide spiritual master to help you engage in devotional service, unalloyed devotional service. Therefore, an intelligent man should engage unflinchingly in the unalloyed devotional service of the Lord under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master, whom he should accept as his worshipable deity and as his very life and soul. So this is the solution. Bhayam dityabhiniveshatah syad ishadapetasya viparyayo smritihi. So we spoke about Nammalvar went back to Vaikunta. What is the sentence? In this life itself, isn't it? Nammalvar went back to Vaikunta on this auspicious day of Vaikunta Ekadashi. The first thing that I spoke about was Vaikunta planet. There is something which exists, which is beyond the manifest and unmanifested thing of this material universe. Parastasmatu bhavanyo vyakto vyaktat sanatana. What did Nammalvar do specially? What is it that, the thing that he did, which we can also try, we can also do? That we saw two things. Labdhva sudurlabham idambau sambhavante manusyam arthadam anityam apiha dhira turnam yatetana patedanu mrityayavan nishrayasaya vishaya khalu sarvatasyat. It's most rare, valuable, precious gift of human form of life which we have been blessed with. We should use it for self-realization right away. Turnam yateta, and we should endeavor, na pated, without falling down, till the last breath of our life. Nishrayasaya vishaya khalu sarvatasyat. Vishaya, anyway, this sense gratification business is available in everywhere. And then we saw how we are confused, doing business as a material body, a person belonging to this material world, and absorbed in that. Bhayam ditya abhiniveshatah syat, ishadapetasya viparyayos. And there is always fear. Kya hoga, kya hoga, kya hoga? What will happen, what will happen, what will happen to my future? What is this? Because we have forgotten our relationship with the Lord. We have turned our face away from the Lord. So when we turn our face again towards the Lord, by the blessing of a spiritual master, Bhaktya Dikeshyam Guru Devatatma, and we engage in unflinching devotional service, in unalloyed devotional service. Please, if she is not able to, you can take her, Mataji. It's disturbing everybody. Devotional service of the Lord, then the whole thing can be revived. And then the third part is Nammalvar went back to Vaikunta. What that means is, all of us, we originally belonged to that spiritual abode. Nammalvar went back. Unfortunately, this is a temporary situation. We still don't get it. No matter how much we hear, no matter how many times this opportunity is given, now is the time you become serious. Still the same thing, you hear the seriousness, the sincerity, the strictness to do our sadhana, to remain Krishna conscious, always fades. It goes away. I mean, how many lives have gone and how much of miseries I'm encountering. Still, I don't want to give up. I'm having so many problems, miseries to deal with it. I have to take care of this, that. I'm trying to serve people, society. In return, I may not get even whatever I'm trying to do. I'm not getting in return, any kind of solace, or anybody is not showing any gratitude. Still, I don't want to give up. Nahi, kuch to kahin somehow I have to do this. So I have to go back to home, back to Godhead. This is where I belonged. Not that I'm going to a separate new destination. No, I'm originally from spiritual abode. Forgetting my position and relationship with the Lord, I'm here accepting this body. I'm doing business as a material body in this material world. trying to solve all kinds of problems with so much of efforts. So, how do we go back? What are the two things that we can do? There are two verses. The first thing is this wonderful gift of tongue that we have given. Can you check if you have a tongue or not? Everybody has? Okay. So you're very fortunate, because in the scriptures it is mentioned, Atas Shri Krishna Namadi na bhaved grahyam indriyaye. Sevan mukhehi jivvado swayamava spruhati yada. Atas Shri Krishna Namadi na bhaved grahyam indriyaye. To develop an attraction or to understand the Supreme Lord with our blunt senses is not possible. See, she is yawning. Time has come, Baba, khatam karo, humko jana hai. Mataji. Atas Shri Krishna Namadi na bhaved grahyam indriyaye. It's very difficult even to sit and hear. So difficult. Atas Shri Krishna Namadi na bhaved grahyam indriyaye. Sevan mukhehi jivvado. But when we engage in devotional service to the Lord, starting with our tongue, what is the business of tongue? Chanting, speaking and eating. Normally, that is the business. So instead of speaking some normal, mundane gossip thing, chant the names of the Lord. Chanting can purify the whole. If tongue is controlled, all other senses will become controlled. Starting from tongues, so the two business, chanting and wonderful Krishna Prasadam. And with so much of hard work and devotion, devotees prepare nice prasadam, nice offerings to the Lord. Lord eats that. That remnant is available. But sometimes we see that some people who come, they don't even value. Take prasadam in the plate, they throw it here and there. So much wonderful opportunities are. We are actually eternally servant of the Lord. Instead of buying something from outside, do some seva, take some prasadam. Give your tongue that transcendental taste which it is hankering for. That's the first thing. Ata Shri Krishna Namadi na bhaved grahyam indriye sevan mukhe jivvado swayamava sprutyata. And the second thing is, which is the most important, is the years that we have been given. These years we should hear for something special. And what is that? That we will hear this verse. Do you know when Parikshit Maharaj was hearing from Sukadev Goswami, when he was knowing that he has got 7 days time, how was he hearing? What was the how does Bhagavatam describe? What was his mood of hearing? Anybody knows? Huh? Go back to home. We also want to go back home, but our hearing is far from full attention. Okay. Huh? So this is a very beautiful verse of Bhagavatam. It says, Naisati dushaha kshunmam tyaktodam api baddhate pibantam tvan mukham bhoja chutam harikathamratam. How many of you have had something today, or you are fasting completely? Today is Ekadashi. Anybody fasting fully? Okay. How does the day go when you are fasting completely? Feels long. It is difficult. Imagine if somebody somehow brings some nice dishes and keeps it in front of you, and you are fasting on that day. And all your favorite items are prepared and kept in front of you, and you have to fast. Even if you are not hungry, you will be thinking, कुछ तो ले लेता हूँ, कोई नहीं देख रहा है करके कहीं से उड़ा लेता हूँ. So Parikshit Maharaj is telling, Naisati dushaha. Actually, it is extremely difficult to control hunger and thirst. Very difficult. You can control everything. Now, if I continue here, already the signs are there, and after that, if I continue, उठ के लोग भागेंगे यहाँ से, मारेंगे. Naisati dushaha kshunmam. To control hunger and thirst is very, very difficult. Tyaktodam api badhate. Even more difficult is to control thirst, not to drink anything. You may control your hunger for some time, but water is very difficult. And Parikshit actually is recollecting that few days back he went and he was thirsty. He could not control his anger and he put that snake around that Rishi, Samika Rishi. That's how he got cursed. But here he's telling, Naisati dushaha kshunmam tyaktodam api badhate pibantam tvan mukhambojo chiutam harikathamratam. Now that I am hearing harikathamratam, there are two things which are mentioned here. Tvan mukhamboja. From your lotus mouth, I am hearing harikathamratam, this nectar. I'm not feeling hunger, I'm not feeling thirst. Beautiful purport of this, Prabhupada writes. So wonderful. If a person becomes spiritually fed, if a person becomes spiritually satisfied by developing a taste for Harikatha, oh, forget about all this, whatever, material things that we are hankering for. All will go away from our heart. Because of my vow on the verge of death, I have given up even drinking water. Yet because I am drinking the nectar of topics about Krishna, which is flowing from the lotus mouth of your Lordship, my hunger and thirst, which are extremely difficult to bear, cannot hinder me. So on this auspicious day of Vaikunta Ekadashi, we've come to an end. But before we go, those three things that I mentioned, Nammalvar went back to Vaikunta on this auspicious day of Vaikunta Ekadashi. Where did he go back? Vaikunta. What is that Vaikunta? Does it get annihilated when the material creation come to an end? No. Parastasmatu bhavonyo vyakto vyaktad sanatana. How did he do that? Nammalvar did that. How did he do that? Labdhva sudurlabham bahusambhavante. This human form of life which has been given to us, it was given to Nammalvar, he made the best use of it. Turnam yateta napate danumrutyum yavat. Immediately he did endeavor. I should endeavor. I should chant. Then the next one, bhayam dityabhiniveshatata. Why did we? Because we are doing business as, we have forgotten our relationship with Krishna, we have forgotten our constitutional position is to serve. We are doing, business as a material human being. I'm a man, I'm a woman, I'm an Indian, I'm a husband, I'm a father, I'm a mother, I'm a wife, and then we are doing this. And we are suffering and struggling. So how do we come out of this? Two things. Using the tongue. The business of the tongue is to chant and to take prasadam. Chant nicely the names of the Lord. Participate. Wonderful opportunity. Temple can provide you enough facilities, inspire you. But you have to do the chanting yourself. Nobody can come and do the chanting for you. Take Krishna prasadam. At least become little controlled in your behavior, that you don't take things from outside. Take Krishna prasadam. So nice, so tasty, so relishable. All the vishaya, the hankering that we have for this vishaya will all go just by doing this, and develop a taste for hearing. Naisati dushaha kshunmam tyaktodam apibadhate pibantam tyan mukham bhajo chutam harikathamratam. Pujari is ready. Nammalvar went back to Vaikunta, to the planet of Vishnu. We are all called Gaudiya Vaishnavas. I just want to close with this. Do you know what are the destination that we will go back to? Goloka Vrindavan, which deity? Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says something, with that we will close. You can repeat after me. Etina Thakura Gaudikaye Kariyachena Atmasad. Etinero Charana Bandana Tine Moranad. So this requires little meditation, but very powerful. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is saying, Gaudiya ke kari achena atmasat. Gaudiya Vaishnavas are being looted, atmasat. They've been taken away by three deities, Etina Thakura. And Etinera Charana Bandhan, Tine Mornath. I want to worship these three deities, and Tine Mornath. These three are my Nath, my Swami. Who are these three? Sri Radha Madan Mohan, Sri Radha Govinda Dev, and Sri Radha Gopinath. So there are pranam mantras for them. We'll chant these mantras. I'll take the liberty of going little 2 minutes extra. Gaudiya Vaishnavas perceive the ultimate objective in Vedic hymns composed of 18 transcendental letters that adore Krishna as. So when we say that what is our goal, we are saying going back home, back to Godhead, but Gaudiya Vaishnavas perceive that the ultimate objective in Vedic hymns composed of 18 transcendental letters that adore Krishna as. Anybody knows? What are the 18 letters which is the ultimate objective of Gaudiya Vaishnavas? You can repeat after me. It is Madana Mohana. Madana Mohana is 6. Madana Mohana. 3, 6. Then Govinda. Govinda has 4. Govinda. That Nanda, so Govinda, 4. Then Gopi Jana Ballabha. Gopijana is 4. So 6 plus 4 plus 4, 14. Ballabha is again 4. Ballabha, labha, 18. This 18 letters is the objective, is the ultimate objective of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. What are they? Madana, Mohana, Govinda, Gopijana, Vallabha. So these are the three deities that we have. They are called the Sambandha deity, Abhideya deity, and the Prayojana deity. Sambandha deity, by which we establish our relationship. Madan Mohan is Sambandha deity. Abhideya, how do we reach there? That is Govinda. And what is the ultimate destination? That is Gopinath deity. We sing Radha, Jai Radha Madhava, Kunja Vihari, Gopijana Vallabha, Girivaradhari. That Gopijana Vallabha comes there. Anyway, these are some of the thoughts. We'll stop here. And now we will have Aarti and Kirtan. On this day of Vaikunta Ekadashi, take a vow, take a commitment. Don't waste your valuable, rare human form of life which you have been blessed with. Take a commitment to chant Hare Krishna mantra. Take a commitment that you will not eat anything outside. Whatever you will eat, it will be all Krishna prasadam. That way you will purify. You will make this vehicle, this means, this rare gift of human life suitable for achieving God realization. With that, we will stop here. Srila Prabhupada ki, Shri Shri Radha Damodar ki.